Secretary Handel sees fit to impose her own views on Georgians' health care decisions. And this is a consistent pattern in Secretary Handel's career. She saw fit to impose her own views on health care decisions of Georgians when she was an executive at the Susan G. Komen Foundation, a charity committed to fighting breast cancer, when she imposed her own views and cut off funding for breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood. And I think the question that I have, and that many voters in the 6th District have, is why Secretary Handel thought it was reasonable when she took a job at an organization dedicated to fighting breast cancer to impose her own views and cut off funding for life-saving breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood.
If I might. And I'm going to answer both of them with all due respect. Number one, John, my sister has a pre-existing condition. She was born without an esophagus. And for you to suggest that I would do anything that would negatively affect her is absolutely outrageous and unacceptable. The facts are, ladies and gentlemen, that the bill in the Senate right now, it provides more protections for individuals with pre-existing conditions. No, you would not be able to be rejected from a plan. If you have a plan on the Obamacare exchange or another plan, you cannot be charged more, nor can you be told that you can't have a plan because of your pre-existing condition. And in regards to Komen, for anyone to think that as one individual employee, I was able to wave a magic wand and make something like that happen. It was a business decision ultimately decided by the board of Komen. And I have been working on women's health issues for nearly my entire life. I worked for Marilyn Quayle, coordinating her breast cancer activities, helping to get October established as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, helping to get the first Office of Women's Health established at the NIH. At Komen, I was instrumental in protecting the funding at the state level and the federal level for the breast and cervical cancer screening program. And on top of that, I have held the hand of friends who have fought breast cancer and other types of women's cancers. And I will not be lectured by you or anyone else.
Yes. Well, if I might, and with all due respect, Secretary Handel, first of all, when it comes to pre-existing conditions, I'm afraid that you're mistaken. The bill that passed the House guts protections for pre-existing conditions for Georgians. And to follow up, again, with all due respect, Secretary Handel, with respect to the Komen Foundation, in 2012, you were discussing how you led the effort to defund breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood. You were campaigning on your centrality in the decision to defund breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood. Indeed, it was reported in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution within the last week that you engineered the decision to defund breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood. So some clarity with respect to your role in the matter, whether you were telling the truth when you were campaigning on your role in this decision several years ago, or telling the truth now as you avoid responsibility for it, might be helpful for the voters.
John, I had a job to do at the Komen Foundation, and I was directed to come up with options for how the organization could disengage. But all of that is irrelevant in the fact that you have continued to mislead the people of this district with deceptive ads that have been marked and checked independently as being false and misleading. The ultimate decision was by the board, and for you to once again, like liberals always do, hijack women's issues and make them a political wedge issue is unacceptable. I'm
sorry, Justin, and with all due respect, Secretary Handel, it's a straightforward question. You either led the decision to defund breast cancer screenings at Planned Parenthood when you were at Komen. You were either central to the decision, as you claimed several years ago, and either engineered the decision, as the Atlanta Journal-Constitution recently reported, or you didn't. Which is it?
You can't believe everything you read in the press. Everyone knows that. Again, my goal was to come up with options and present them to the boards. At the end of the day, I did not singularly impose anything. And the point here, again, is having an individual who has been misleading the voters of this district time and time again. And here he goes again.